Yo, hello there, YouTube. Welcome to my first ever narrated X and Y Wi-Fi battle. This one is against someone from my stream that goes by the name Jokercys or Jokercys. I'm not really sure. Looking at his team, he has a lot of sweepers actually, and some bulky Pokemon. One thing to note is the conch holder. I'm pretty sure I don't really have anything to like knock it out in one hit, so I need to wear it down before it could like recover most of its health back using the drain punch that I assume it's running. I also don't know if it's running sheer force or guts, so I need to be wary about statusing it. Um, when you look at his team, I feel like the best lead against his team would be my Rotom because he either does well against all the Pokemon that he has and can cripple them with a status, or it could just switch out using Volt Switch. So that's exactly what I do. Um, he leads off with the aforementioned Conkeldurr, and I lead off with my Rotom, obviously. I want him to do as much damage to this guy before he can like heal. So I do go for the Uber Heat, which does a clean 2/3 of his health. However, he does have the aforementioned Drain Punch, which increases his health to around 50%. And here, I pretty much want to switch out now, since my Rotom is at -2, and probably won't be able to do anything to that thing while it keeps Drain Punching. So, I go for the Volt Switch, and when I was in the stream, I thought this did way too much until I realized it was a critical hit. So I got a lucky break there. I go for the Gourgeist just to be immune to his fighting moves. However, he did predict that I was going to switch to something and went for the Poison Jab. Unfortunately, I didn't switch into my Azumarill, so that he takes that really well. However, I was poisoned, so I guess that makes up for the fact that I just got a critical hit on a Volt Switch. Because while poison might not seem that much on this guy, it was a pretty big asset to winning this battle, and the fact that I wouldn't be able to tank it without the leftovers recovery would be really bad. He switches out to a Greninja. I went for the Leech Seed because I feel like it was the safest play possible because I would be able to take anything from Conkeldurr, and I didn't want him switching Gengar in on a Seed Bomb. Right here, I stay because I am getting a lot of recovery, and I'm pretty sure with this EV spread and nature, I can easily live a Ice Beam from the Greninja. However, he doesn't want to stay in, so he just goes for the U-turn immediately. So and he switches out to his Conkeldurr just as that fodder. He then goes back to his Greninja again, and now since I am at half health, I'm pretty sure I can't live the Ice Beam anymore. So I switch out to my Tyranitar, which is probably the bulkiest Pokemon on my team right now, especially with the Sandstorm raising its special defense. And he is able to just eat the Ice Beam up, no problem. As for my move right now, I did not know if I should go for the Stealth Rock or not, but I Mega Evolved anyway in order to just get extra bulk. He goes for the U-turn because he does not want to stay in against a Mega Tyranitar that has an ass load of special defense. So he U-turns out to his Mamoswine, which is actually a pretty good move, but instead of going for the Stealth Rock, I just went for the Crunch because I want to get as much damage on his fast sweepers, because if you look at my team, I don't have that much fast Pokemon, and I'm mostly relying on priority. Right here, I thought the switch to the Rotom was pretty obvious, but he still went for the Earthquake regardless, so I just got a free switch in. whenever I play Rotom, I always try to go for the status firsthand. So this switch into his Rotom wash actually ends up costing him his Rotom in terms of just it being status. So now he's actually losing a lot of health because of Sandstorm and the burn. And I did notice that he does not have leftovers. So I'm assuming that he's either a Chesto-Rest or a, like, I don't know, I guess just Chesto-Rest, because I am faster than him. And I'm able to Volt Switch out to my Gourgeist. Because I know Rotom Wash can't do anything to this guy. Especially since Poison is preventing him from Will-O-Wisping me. Which is actually okay because I do not want Gourgeist's attack to get half. And Poison does, I'm pretty sure it does less damage than Burn. So I guess me being Poison actually ended up helping me, which is pretty funny. Right here I go for the Seed Bomb, I believe. Because I want to have Rotom dead, and if my Rotom is faster than it, then this guy would also be faster since they run the same speed. He switches in Gengar. Obviously it doesn't do a lot of damage since he does resist it. He has a Black Sludge, which is odd because that means he's not running a Mega in his team. But that also means he's probably running Substitute as well. So, instead of trying to switch out for the Shadow Ball, I just go for the Shadow Sneak instead. And I didn't expect it to do that much damage in that he can't even substitute. That's just something you don't need to do. You don't substitute on a Ghost Pokemon, to be honest. Here, he wants to switch out since he obviously can't take another Shadow Sneak from Gourgeist. And he switches out to his Mamoswine, which is able to take the Shadow Sneak. It actually takes it pretty well. I thought it was gonna do like at least half of its health right now. Obviously, since it didn't do enough damage, I do want to switch out. This time, I didn't really want to switch into Rotom again because he might do a double switch into Rotom Wash. So I just went for my Azumarill. But he oddly decides to just use Stealth Rock. It really doesn't do much, but that does mean I have to Rapid Spin if I want to bring out my Dragonite. Because I do not want its multi-scale failing when it switches in. I take the Mamoswine out with the Aqua Jet, and he sends out his Rotom Wash. I switch out to my Excadrill because he's either going to use Thunderbolt or Rest. And in both cases, this guy would be able to handle the Rotom. And he does go for the Rest, and he wakes up with Chesto Bear. However, I know that I EV this guy to be able to take down any Rotom, and be faster than any Rotom as well. So even if he is at full health, my Stab Earthquake is still way too much for him. With Rotom gone, that actually means my Azumarill can easily use his priority without any back. He goes to his Metagross, and I know he can't really do much without popping my Air Balloon, so I decide to go for the Rapid Spin first, so that way my Dragonite can go in. And he goes for the Rock Polish. That means he only has 3 moves. He probably isn't carrying Bullet Punch. Right here he uses Earthquake, and he totally forgot that I had an Air Balloon. Remember, kids, you have to look at your actual game in order to be good at this game. He gets a Weakness Policy, which doesn't really do much since now he has to use a not very effective move in order to pop my Air Balloon, and I can just easily take it down with an Earthquake. Even if he did break my Air Balloon and KO'd my Excadrill, I would have been able to just switch in either a Gourgeist or a Azumarill and just KO with a priority move. Anyway, he switches in Greninja, and since I don't really need this guy anymore, since his Stealth Rocker is dead, and I just already used Rapid Spin, he really doesn't serve to use. So, I switch in Tyranitar, and bring out another bad one. I know I can live the Scald, but I actually called this in my stream. I knew I was gonna get burned. So unfortunately for that, I can't KO with my crunch. That just pretty much means that like I just end the game with like less Pokemon, I guess, because I know I can easily win now since he only has Greninja and Gengar left. Alright, I go for my Dragonite now, which apparently got faded. He goes for the Ice Beam. I know I can live this because of normal type scale. And I did calcs, and apparently I don't EV this guy to outspeed Greninja after a Dragon Dance. So I just went immediately for the Outrage. Which is obviously going to kill the Greninja, since Greninja has paper thin defenses. He's going to bring out his Gengar, which is going to kill my Dragonite since he is faster. But however, I would just bring out one of my priority Razors and be able to one-hit KO. And that is pretty much game, since this Gengar is just gonna die in this turn. I believe I ended the game with 3-0. Obviously, if I didn't get like burners and stuff, yeah, probably wouldn't be able to end it with 4-0. Hopefully you enjoyed this game, and hopefully you enjoyed me narrating, because it was something that a lot of people were requesting. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the battle, and I'll see you next time.